Good evening. So happy that you're starting the work week with us. You're watching KSAT's 9 at Night. I'm your host, Stefania Jimenez. Now tonight we begin with the noises that some of you may have been hearing around downtown San Antonio. Nothing to worry about. As we speak, the U.S. Army is conducting training exercises in the area. Officials say that you may hear low-flying helicopters, simulated gunfire and controlled explosions, and there are safety precautions in place to protect you. Those exercises started at 6. They're going to stop at 3 in the morning, but here's the thing. We'll have to get used to them during the week because they're going to go on every day through Friday. In other news, former President Donald Trump says the FBI raided his Florida home. Investigators say it was related to questions over whether classified information was taken to Mar-a-Lago after leaving the White House. Now, Trump was not in Florida at the time of the raid. In a statement, he called it unnecessary. Federal law bars the removal of classified documents to unauthorized locations. It's a crime. Some statutes include a 5-year prison sentence if the person is convicted. Tonight, a big meeting just wrapped up in Uvalde within the last hour. Parents meeting with the school district's board to discuss their concerns for the new school year. Now, Uvalde CISD superintendent outlined the new changes. He says that DPS officers are going to be stationed at every school campus. Hundreds of cameras are going to be installed throughout the campuses. Schools are also going to have counselors and therapy dogs, but those things are not satisfying parents who want Police Chief Pete Arredondo fired.
So what happens if you just decide tonight, you know what, you're fired, and that's it, you're fired? Y'all make that decision. What are y'all worried about? Because you can do that right now. You can say you're fired, don't come back.
As of right now, Arredondo is on administrative leave. He's not being paid. The board has so far counseled 2 meetings to discuss his employment. Of course, we'll keep you posted on that. So we've heard of COVID fatigue, but what about teaching fatigue? Yeah, it's a thing. The Texas State Teachers Association conducted a survey and found that a majority of Texas teachers are thinking about quitting. The most recent survey took place late spring, early summer. It included 688 TSTA members, and 70% of them said they're on the verge of quitting. They point to lingering stress from the pandemic, also low pay. The survey is conducted every 2 years, but it wasn't done in 2020. The last time it was done was back in 2018, and back then, 53% of teachers said they were considering leaving teaching. Big day for the South San Antonio School District. It welcomed students back and celebrated its 100th year. Also, there's a new principal at South San High School. Erica Almendares says that her biggest priority is keeping kids safe.
We want them to know that we have done everything we can to ensure that throughout the district that the campuses are safe and that we've created a safe and fun learning environment for all students.
I know there's always the possibility of something happening, but here at school I feel for most students, they should feel at ease, at peace here. It should be their happy place.
The district has made some changes for the upcoming school year. It's limiting entrances, also adding fencing to campuses that need it, and making sure that all classroom and exterior doors are locked at all times. Over the next few weeks, local districts are going to be getting ready for the first day of school. And right now on our website, we have the start dates for each school district in our area. Just look for this story. It's on the homepage of KSAT.com. You remember how difficult it was to start classes at a new school, but just imagine how much more difficult it is when you're not even from this country. One local school is thinking ahead. It has a program aimed at providing a safe learning environment for refugees. It's called the Newcomer program in Northeast ISD, and it offers one-on-one support from teachers and also helps families from across the world who are in San Antonio get access to different resources. Back in 2003, Northeast ISD was the first local district to have students from across the world step into their classrooms. And from that, NEISD created the Newcomer program for refugees.
A classroom and a setting to be able to allow our students to be able to have access to learning about the culture, learning about school systems, learning the language, while holding high expectations in regards to the academics and being able to be as successful as we know they can.
So listen to this. The program also links students and their families with interpreters. It also offers social and emotional support and transportation, things we all need. All right, back to school shopping can include more than just paper and pencils. You might need a laptop too, and some of them can get pretty expensive. So to help you stretch your dollar, 12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz has some recommendations to fit almost every budget. Watch.
If back to class means a new laptop, good news, you don't have to spend a lot to get a good one. For a tight budget, Consumer Reports says thank Chromebook.
They're not the fastest computers out there, but for kind of everyday stuff, browsing the web, editing documents, that type of thing, school work type of stuff, they're totally fine.
Like the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook 2, it's convertible so you can fold it back and use it as a tablet too. An even bigger bargain is this 14-inch HP Chromebook. It's anti-reflective and lightweight, making it handy to grab and go. If you need more power and have a few $100 more, Consumer Reports suggests the Microsoft Surface Laptop Go 2 with a 12.4-inch touchscreen.
It's among the fastest in our ratings for things like web browsing and editing text documents.
The Acer Swift 3 is a CR Best Buy. It got excellent scores for portability, performance, and display, and it has a 23-hour battery life. If you've been saving up for a shiny new Mac, CR recommends Apple's 13-inch MacBook Air with the M1 processor. That's right, the older model. Why not the brand new M2?
We're currently testing the M2 MacBook Air, but our early impressions are that it's not a lot faster than the M1 MacBook Air, so it might make sense to get the M1 Air, save a little bit of money, and still get a very good Mac laptop.
Right now is a great time to find a sale on a laptop, and don't forget to ask about those student discounts. Many computer makers and stores offer them. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
All right, now let's get you ready for the week. Here's meteorologist Adam Caskey with your forecast.
It sure was nice to see some downpours across parts of San Antonio and surrounding communities today. I think similar tomorrow, but better coverage later this week. Let's get right into it. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. 7 a.m., 78 degrees. By noon, 90 and sunny tomorrow. And a high temperature again, around 99, with the 10% chance of a few showers and storms. For the most part, right up near 100, but mostly a degree or two below across our area tomorrow. By Wednesday, sunny and 100 degrees. Thursday and Friday, we're up to about a 30, maybe even 40% chance of showers. So we are expecting better coverage of rain. Not everybody's going to get it, but those who do will likely experience some heavy downpours with the potential of well over an inch to maybe 2 inches of rain within some of those downpours. So cross your fingers for Thursday and Friday. Also, temperatures a bit lower in the mid-90s.
Another news now, more trouble for a woman who was convicted of evidence tampering in the death of her 18-month-old son. We're talking about Delaney Chairez. Today, a judge sentenced her to 5 years for that tampering charge that we just told you about. Her baby James, who you see on the right, was found dead last year on the property where he lived with his mom. He had been missing for more than 3 months. Also today, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says that a Bexar County grand jury indicted Chairez on charges of serious bodily injury by omission, and serious bodily injury by the use of a deadly weapon. And if she's convicted on those new charges, she faces up to life in prison. In other news, I-10 at Greytown Road is now back open. It was shut down for almost 24 hours after an 18-wheeler carrying flammable fluid crashed and then flipped over onto its side. Look at that. Crews had to stop lanes in both directions because they had to clean up all that mess. And this afternoon, all those lanes finally reopened except for the eastbound access road between File Road and FM 1518. But the good news is here, nobody was injured in that accident. Before we go, we want you to consider this. What if you could make money while you sleep? Yeah, a mattress brand wants to hire so-called Casper sleepers, which means you could snooze for a living. And if that's you, you could sleep in company stores and other random locations, but there is a catch. You would still be responsible for creating social media content to show people what it's like to be a professional sleeper. Pretty cool, though. You can apply for the job through Thursday. And by the way, the company's name is Casper. You can apply for that job online, and it's just a part-time job. But hey, getting paid to sleep sounds good to me. Well, you've been watching KSAT's 9 at Night. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.